You ever have one of those moments, you've just finished a super long week at work, you're totally wiped, and what do? You decide to spend your weekend like wrestling with a sourdough starter or training for a marathon? It sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? Well, today, we're going to dig into this surprising thing we do, making life harder for ourselves on purpose.
No, I mean, really think about it for a second. The couch is right there. The remote is calling your name. But nope, instead, you're hunched over some tiny, ridiculously detailed project, or you're trying to nail that one guitar chord that just sounds awful every single time. So what's the deal? Why on earth do we trade in easy-breezy relaxation for a struggle? And here's the thing. The answer isn't as simple as, oh, it's just fun. Actually, it kind of blows up our whole idea of what fun even is. It turns out that the deepest, most lasting kind of satisfaction, it doesn't come from taking the easy road. Nope, it comes from the path that makes us work for it. All right, so to really get our heads around this, we need to break fun down into two basic categories. Just think of it like a spectrum, right? On one side, you've got your passive, chill-out kind of fun, and on the complete opposite end, you have something way more active, something that really pulls you in. So, over on one side, you've got that passive fun. This is the easy stuff, right? The low-effort activities like, endlessly scrolling on your phone or just letting the next episode of a show autoplay. It definitely kills time. But then on the other side, there's active fun. We're talking about things like learning to play chess or maybe building a piece of furniture. It's tough. It takes real focus. And here's the kicker. That's where the real, genuine, stick-with-you satisfaction is found. Okay, so that leads us to the big question, right? Why? Why does that hard stuff feel so much better in the long run? It's got to be more than just having a perfect sourdough loaf to post online or, a finished painting to hang on the wall. There's something really powerful going on inside our heads while we're actually doing it.
And this whole process, it's so important that it actually has a name. Psychologists have a term for it. They call it the focused struggle. And you can think of this as the absolute secret sauce. It's what turns a potentially frustrating challenge into something that feels incredibly fulfilling.
But, and this is super important, it's not just any old struggle. A focused struggle has a very specific recipe. First off, it has to be voluntary. You're choosing to do this, nobody is forcing you. It's got to be effortful, of course. And here's the critical part. You need a super clear goal, and you need to get immediate feedback so you know if you're on the right track. Let's take learning an instrument, for example. The goal is crystal clear. Play that chord. And the feedback, it's instant. The sound it makes tells you immediately if you nailed it or not so much. And the challenge is in that perfect sweet spot, It's hard enough that you have to totally focus, but it's not so impossible that you just want to throw the guitar across the room.
So, when you find yourself in that sweet spot, that zone of a focused struggle, what's actually going on? Well, our brains start to release these incredible rewards. We're talking about some of the best feelings a person can have. It is a massive psychological payoff.
Okay, reward number one, mastery. There is just this deep, almost primal satisfaction that comes from knowing you're getting better at something. I mean, imagine taking a shapeless lump of clay and, with your own hands, turning it into a perfect bowl. That's not just a bowl, right? That's physical, tangible proof that you grew, that you learned something. And then there's reward number two, that amazing state we call flow. You know what I'm talking about. It's when you're so deep into what you're doing that the rest of the world just melts away. Time disappears. Hours feel like they've gone by in minutes. And in our world of nonstop notifications and distractions, getting into that flow state, wow, it's like the ultimate antidote to all that noise. Next up, we've got autonomy. Look, so much of our life, especially our work life, is about doing what other people tell us to do. But with your hobby, you're the boss. You are the director of the whole show. You choose the challenge, you set the schedule, you decide what good enough even means. And that feeling of being in control, that is a basic, fundamental human need.
And finally, all of this, mastery, flow, autonomy, it all comes together to give you something huge, a sense of purpose. This difficult hobby becomes this thing that is 100% yours. It's a little corner of the world where you can see yourself making real progress, building something that matters to you, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your job title. Okay, so that's the theory behind it all. It makes a lot of sense, right? But the real question is, how do we actually apply this idea of a focused struggle to our own lives to get more of that fulfillment? Let's get into the practical side of things. This quote right here,
It just nails it. So often we get obsessed with the final product, don't we? The finished painting, the marathon medal. But the real magic, the real joy, and the real growth, it doesn't happen at the finish line. It happens in that messy, complicated, sometimes frustrating middle. It's all about the process, the problem solving, the struggle itself.
So at the end of the day, this is really all about changing how we think about our free time. It's about not seeing that challenging hobby as just another thing on your to-do list. Instead, you can start to see it for what it is, an amazing opportunity for that focused struggle. Because the real value, it's not in the thing you make. It's in the person you become while making it. It's in the effort, the learning, and that awesome feeling of being totally engaged. So I want to leave you with this one final thought. We live in a world that is obsessed with making everything easy, right? One-click everything, instant gratification. But maybe, just maybe, the most rewarding things in life are found on the path that actually pushes back a little, the one that challenges you. So the question I have for you is, what's your challenge going to be? What worthwhile struggle are you going to choose?